How you going there today? We're off for a little walk in the bush. We're going to have a look at some granite outcrops today. Then we're going to go and have a look at some cascades. And we'll talk a little bit about some history once we get there. And I hope it's going to be an interesting walk and an interesting day. Pretty cool today, even though we're near the end of spring. Now it's meant to be raining today. Just started spitting on me now. Might have to break out the wet weather gear in a while. See how we go. The bush is looking very nice at the moment. We've still got a few of the spring flowers on. I expect we'll see a few along the way. Anyway, it's nice just to be out and about. Let's see what we find, eh? So this landscape is largely about gullies and ridges. We've got some gullies, which we're walking through at the moment. Got some beautiful little streams, lots of ferns, big plants. You can see up around us where it opens up a little bit. The ridges climb up around on either side of us. And it's gorgeous because it provides this real contrast as we go along. Well, here are some new flowers. I haven't seen these anywhere before. These ferns have all got some nice new growths on them. Everything's coming alive in spring. And we come to these little bursts of tea trees that are all coming out in flower. And these will all be out in flower right through until the midsummer. Gorgeous. Now the path starts to climb a little bit. We'll come up over a drier, bonier part. All granite. Listen to that bird. I love the bark on these tea trees. It always looks fascinating in the rain and in the dry. Amazing array of colours. The birds are pretty happy too. All these little changes. That's what makes it good. The bird's probably warning everybody that I'm coming past. Watch out. But you got nothing to fear from me. And some of the heath flowers will be out. That's where all that water was running to. Let's just poke our nose out here for a sec. Have a quick look. There's a few flowers here. I can't see any Christmas bells yet. I do know there are some early Christmas bells out in the park. I was here a few weeks ago, I saw some. So I know they're here, but just none in this spot right now. Here's another beautiful little flower. Hopefully the camera's not completely wrecking that. It's a beautiful little yellow flower coming up out of this grass. Now the walk climbs up a ridge. And we start to ascend a bit. So we're going to see more granite. That's the hard stuff that's left here from the millions and millions and millions of years of erosion. That'll give you a little bit more of a view out there of that heathland. I do love the new leaves on some of these plants as they grow. This plant here is putting out a few seed pods. A few grevilleas still in play. All sorts. Adds a beautiful little contrast. The nice new red leaves against the granite formations in the background. Gorgeous stuff. Down here we've got all our new fern growths interspersed with lots and lots of little flowers. Gorgeous stuff. We'll climb up the ridge a bit more. Well, we're just about there. I remember the first time we came up here, it was Jane and I, and it was raining pretty hard that day. We didn't really have much in the way of wet weather gear, and it was a bit of uphill work. By the time we got to here, if you have a look behind me, You can see we've got this beautiful ridge of granite, but the path continues, goes on and on. So on that day, I took a little turn off. I brought Jane over here. So just in here, there's this beautiful spot where you can get in under the lee of the rock and be out of the rain. The rock overhangs enough that, at least on that day, it kept the rain away. So I left Jane here to rest while I went off to explore a bit more. Now that rock just down there in the middle of the screen, that's the rock where I left Jane that day. Just up here, you get a view of this rock here. And I'm wondering, is this one Anvil rock? Because this is the Anvil rock walk. Looks like it's got a bit of a point at one end. Maybe it's similar to the shape of an anvil. Not sure. Path goes on a little bit more. We're getting up a bit now and I can feel a bit of a breeze, which is well appreciated. Even though it's not a real hot day, it's quite humid. So getting a bit of cooling is going to be good. Some more of these rocks. There's a vast array of grass trees here. None of them are flowering this year. We saw a lot flowering in Victoria and even in western New South Wales. So it doesn't seem to be every year they flower. Might be every 2 or 3 years. Different areas experience the conditions that require it. You get a few balancing rocks like these ones. It's not balancing on one point. Looks like it's on 2 or 3. Still pretty impressive. I'll make note of that, because this would be a good spot to stop and have a break. A nice little place you can get out of the rain. You can see the rocks in here are all dry. You can sit down on that, have a nice little rest before you go back. Wow, look at this. Now Jane and I didn't come this far last time. Apparently we can work our way up there. There must be a little lookout up there. So we just came up that little crack. I couldn't film it. A few walks ago I broke my little tripod that I carry with me on these trips, and I haven't replaced it yet. So you're just going to have to put up with point of view footage for the moment. Here's a great view across the valley. You can see all those nice cliffs across the side there. A whole bunch of different granite outcrops. And just behind that tree, that's old man's hat. So that's something like 1,100 metres high. We're probably like 850, 900 here, something like that. Now I can get a little bit further up. Let's have a look in this cave. Oh, look at this. This beautiful little spot. Now, got all these areas up in here that are often protected by the weather. You can see the water in the middle, but over on the side you could easily lay there. There's enough room. You could camp up and under there and get shelter. Now I would assume that people have done. Well, there is a gap up here where water and stuff will run down. This would be a handy little shelter. We've got these little areas you can explore your way through. Some more nice little areas in there that have got space. There's some sticks over there. Could easily grab, make a little fire if you wanted to in the right time of year. Not that you're meant to camp up here, but I bet some people do. Have a little look up this way. Some big rocks here. That thing would be like 12, 14 metres taller than me. Surrounded by them at the moment. While it's quite windy in places right now, it's still as still can be in here. Here we've got some areas where you can see the geology at work. You can see the rock slabs breaking off, starting to make differences, slowly eroding. Then there's a branch from this tree. You can see another little plant already growing in the crack. Other plants will grow in these cracks, just like these plants here have grown in spaces where there once would have been rocks that have now fallen down. Eventually that will open up and be a space, a cavity filled with life, just like the one I'm standing in. And it's these sort of cool things I come to these places to see. I know a lot of people just want to look at the view and then move on. That's fine. But I like to stop and try to understand a bit deeper and to dig a little bit further in, because I think it's fascinating. Can I get up here without slipping? Oh, good work, shoes. So this is the other end, the cave where I came up. Look at beautiful colours in this granite. Another spot here where you can see out across the valley. Getting a little echo in here. More cracks and gaps. And a proper rock climber could climb up there. I'm certainly not going to. You can see how the bits have weathered, come away, found a new place to sit. Gorgeous. However, I still haven't seen anything else that's more shaped like an anvil than that first rock that I showed you. So I'm going to call that Anvil Rock. If you're familiar with this area and you know better than me, please leave me a comment and tell me all about it. I'd love to learn more. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up here today. That's long enough. It's been a good little short walk. I'm going to do a couple more walks today. I'll share those with you in other videos. But anyhow, it's really nice to be out and about. And I've enjoyed your company. I'm glad to have you along. If you've enjoyed my video, please hit the like button. Consider subscribing. It really does help me out. Thanks so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye now. So up amongst those rocks there is where we just were. I'm back in my little hidey hole that I found. Drinking some electrolytes. Now I haven't been using these in the past, but they tell me these are good for recovery. So I'm going to start trying them out and see how we go. Have a little break. We'll go off to the next journey, eh? See you then.